I'm gonna do a quick video about the FN Reflex, and it's kind of gonna be a very brief tabletop review, but it's really gonna be more of a video addressing the claims that this gun shoots low and left. Now, some of the people having this issue are very experienced and reputable shooters, so I don't think it's a matter of inexperience or them not knowing what they're doing or doing something wrong per se. However, I do think there is a feature about this gun, and I'll get into that in a moment, that is maybe causing people to do something wrong with their grip without them knowing. Now, this isn't going to be a video including, a detailed review of the features or include footage of me shooting the gun to show how it shoots. There are already several reviews on YouTube by other people who are already doing that, and I don't think I'm that entertaining of a person to really add anything by doing that myself. So anyways, the grip is good, definitely good enough for a micro 9mm. The grip texture's there, works fine. The trigger is very good. The brake is outstanding, very crisp and not too heavy. The reset ain't bad, but I know there's better ones out there. However, it's definitely worth it considering how good this trigger feels when you pull it, the brake of the trigger. Now, this gun's already been cleared off camera, so I'm not wasting time doing that here. But I'm gonna move on to the sights. The front sight is awesome. Got that nice orange, bright ring around it, pops very well, especially in the daytime. It is a night sight. However, the rear sights are just standard white dot sights. Now, they line up nice, and that may not be that big of a deal to you, depending what gun this, or what role this gun fills for you. If this is your everyday carry, it might be a bigger deal to you. However, if you're someone who more frequently carries a compact or a full-size gun, and you only carry something like this on occasion when you're in a low-threat environment, maybe in a t-shirt and shorts trying to take it easy, or for, rarely needed for deep concealment, I don't think it's that big of a deal, because there is still a night sight on it, on the front sight, and it does line up nicely. I mean, even in the dark, you can see that front sight pretty well and kind of see that you're pointing the gun in the right direction. And if you have any ambient lighting, you're still going to get at least the silhouette of those rear sights. So I don't think it's that big of a deal for a gun of this size in the role it fills, at least for me.
I mean, I'm on my back deck right now at night in the dark with nothing but some ambient lighting from the gas operated little fire pit here. And you can still pick up those rear sights okay, along with that front really bright night sight. I would say they almost operate like blackout sights, but maybe a little bit better. Obviously not quite as good as like blacked out rear night sights, with just a little bit of ambient lighting. And it probably doesn't pick up as well on camera, but given what this gun is for, that's plenty.
Now, it does seem to handle recoil well, at least once you get the gun figured out and get the grip figured out. And here's where we'll move on to what I think is causing people to have issues with this gun shooting low and left. All right, now let me tell you what I think the culprit is that is causing some people to have an issue shooting this gun low and left. And before I do, let me tell you how I discovered this. When I first shot this gun with this magazine inserted, I had the same issue as a lot of other folks. I was shooting this gun low and left, my grouping wasn't as good, and I didn't understand it. I felt like I didn't have as good of a grasp on the gun in terms of recoil control. And then I noticed I wasn't having that issue quite as much with the extended 15-round magazine that's longer. Although to me, it doesn't feel quite as good as I'd like for an extended mag. I wasn't having that issue quite so much with that magazine. So I got to thinking, I don't like the pinky rest that comes with the P365 mag. I like the flush fitting mag that comes in the P365. They're both 10 rounds, but the one with just a minimal pinky rest. So I swapped out the base plates, the one that came with it in the box, and I put the flat flush fitting base plate on. And when I did that, the issue went away. And all my shots were being grouped together well in the center. The gun felt a lot milder recoiling. So then I was like, I guess that there's something wrong with the pinky extension, I guess. I guess I just don't like it. So I was like, well, you know what? I'm tucking my pinky under like you do with a subcompact or a lot of micro nines without an extension in. And I'm shooting just fine, better than with the pinky rest extension. So let me try it one more time with the pinky extension, but try to grab it like it's not there, right? So I did that. And I put the pinky extension mag back in. And I grabbed it and tried to shoot like it wasn't even there and just kind of let my finger fall where it may, right? And I noticed after 1 or 2 rounds under recoil, bang, my pinky slid off under there like there was no pinky extension at all. And that's when it dawned on me. That's the problem. It's not enough pinky extension. And let me explain. Before you go dismissing me and thinking that's bullshit, let me explain. Most firearms instructors will tell you that most of your grip strength, especially when shooting one-handed, is supposed to come from your middle finger and your ring finger, and then, of course, the web of your hand by your thumb there bracing the gun, right? You're not supposed to put a lot of pressure on. You're supposed to rest your pinky. Your pinky's not supposed to really give you any grip strength, because when you do that, you see the front of the gun dipping down a little. It causes you to shoot low and left. Now, again, experienced shooters are having this issue. And they know better. I know better. But I think with this not being long enough, you're subconsciously trying to force your pinky to stay on the gun, which is causing you to pinky grip it and pull the gun down without you even realizing you're doing that. Because in your mind, you're just trying to keep your pinky on there, trying to squeeze it in on there. And there's just not enough room to do that. Because like I said, when I shot it and quit doing that, bang, this eventually bang, bang, and kept sliding down until it was like, boom, under the gun like that. I'm like, that's weird. It feels weird. So I think that's what the culprit is. I think if you swap this out for the flush fitting base plate, that issue will go away, because it did for me. And then when I shot it with the flush fitting base plate magazine inserted, and grouping was better, it felt so much more pleasant to shoot. Everything felt like it's supposed to. So when I carry this gun, it'll be with the flush fitting base plate. The problem with that is I'm not finding these anywhere in stock. The only magazines I see that come with this flat flush fitting base plate are the 10 round neutered magazines, which I know it's only 1 round less than the 11 magazine. But I've had to buy these base plates and swap them out. I mean, one comes in the box with the gun. But after that, I had to buy more and then buy more 11 round magazines with the pinky extension and then swap them out after the fact. I mean, I've only got a few. So, I mean, those mags are kind of hard to find at the moment. So hopefully FN will start making the 11 round magazines available with the flat flush fitting base plate on them. So in conclusion, I believe it is this minimalist pinky extension that is responsible for causing many people to shoot this gun low and left, primarily for 3 different reasons. First, applying excessive pressure from the pinky to the bottom half of the grip of the gun is causing the front end of the gun to dip low, as already demonstrated. Secondly, wrapping the pinky around from right to left, at least if you're a right-handed shooter, and squeezing excessively to keep the pinky on is causing the gun to torque a little left. And lastly, applying more pressure to the bottom portion of the grip of the gun is taking pressure off of the upper back strap of the gun going against the web of your hand. That is the portion of your hand that is responsible for recoil management and recoil mitigation. So I believe those 3 things are creating a perfect storm, causing people to have trouble with their accuracy, grouping, feeling like they're having trouble controlling the gun, and most of their shots going low and to the left. Now, this may not impact you depending on your hand size and hand shape, but for the people who are having this issue, I believe this is the culprit. If you don't believe me, take off the pinky extension base plate and put on the flat flush fitting base plate and give it a try. And shoot it like you normally would a subcompact or micro 9 that does not have a pinky extension, and see if your grouping improves. I suspect it will. Thank you for watching.